Friends, there is a debate in the world today as to how many hours one should work. Narayana Murthy, the Infosys co-founder, a year back, said that he used to work at least 85 to 90 hours a week during his company's peak, and that it has not been a waste. He doubled it up a few days later with another advice, that the current generation should adopt a 70-hour week if the country were to progress. He further said that the India's work productivity is one of the lowest in the world. Jolene Godfrey, an author, clinical social worker, founder, and chief executive officer for the Unexpected Table, says something very interesting. All work and no play doesn't just make Jill and Jack dull. It kills the potential of discovery, mastery, and openness to change and flexibility, and it hinders innovation and invention. So, what is the truth? The answer probably is somewhere between being benign support and blatant criticism or rabid criticism. 996 is the country code for Kyrgyzstan, whose standard work week is 40 hours, typically spread across 5 8-hour days, and in specific situations, the law allows for even a shorter work weeks. Pun intended. 996 is also 9 a.m. to 9 p.m., 6 days a week, 72 hours a week. It is widely prevalent in some companies, particularly in our countries and in China's. However, in China, the 996 work culture is not only the result of individual companies' demands, but is also seamlessly tied to broader socio-economic fabric that exists in that country. The Chinese dream encourages personal success and societal progress, and its workers believe in long hours as a pathway to upward mobility. But then, is it not so in ours, chasing an Indian dream? Of course, as is expected, it is widely criticized for its intensity and impact on workers' health, work-life balance, its ethical implications, and overall well-being. That said, is a 72-hour work week essential for success of the company and the individual is defended by some business leaders? Be that as it may, did you know that an intense work culture exists even in the Silicon Valley, where long hours are often glorified in the pursuit of greatness? Is there a case for Narayana Murthy's argument that the 996 work culture is essential for the success of both companies and employees? Longer working hours means greater productivity, faster delivery of products, and quicker iteration cycles for the companies who, hence expect workers to prioritize work above everything else, even at the expense of personal lives. Does the 996 culture also benefit the employees? They may benefit in the form of career progression. Some may view long working hours as a way to showcase their talent, their commitment, their dedication, and their ambition. They believe working harder and longer will lead to promotions, salary increases, and greater job security, all valid concerns. With both of them benefiting Why crib 996 culture, 996 schedules? Does it have negative consequences that we should be worried of? Research shows that long work culture has detrimental impact on workers' physical and mental health. And the constant pressure leads to burnout, anxiety, depression, and other mental health issues. Many employees end up feeling isolated and dissatisfied because of their inability to pursue personal interests or spend time with friends and families. Whereas 12 hours, 6 days a week leaves hardly any time for relaxation, hobbies, family, or self care, the workers are at greater risk of physical health problems. Further, prolonged hours of sedentary work, sitting at a table and working, stress and inadequate sleep can lead to heart, back, and eye health issues. Lack of exercise, healthy food, and rest aggravate these conditions, leading to long-term health implications or complications, whichever way you look at it. Simply put, 996 culture erodes the work-life balance, so essential for overall well-being. The relentless work schedules, creates a sense of constant pressure, leaving little room for personal reflection and relaxation. Besides, how will women, marginalized groups, individuals with caregiving responsibilities, or those who face societal barriers in the workplace cope with the 996 schedule? The debate on long work schedules can go on and on. However, is it legally tenable? Does it violate labor laws? Though in most countries, the standard work week is set to about 40 hours, with overtime capped for another 36 hours per month. How many countries follow it? Most of them do not even compensate employees for overtime work when they do it. Further, do industries exploit employees where they are seen as easily replaceable? Isn't meeting the bottom line syndrome of the executives unsustainable, exploitative, and even unethical? Is the 996 work culture in certain sectors making it difficult for workers to push back? Can we forget the recent death of Anna Sebastian Pereil, a 26-year-old chartered accountant at a major consulting firm in Pune, allegedly due to overwork and stress? Is it time the 996 culture is revisited for ensuring a healthy work-life balance? In 2019, a group of Chinese workers, launched an online protest against the 996 work culture, calling it inhumane, sparking widespread debates. In response, some companies scaled back, with a few allowing flexible working hours and remote work options. However, most of the technology and startup industries continue to do it, not just in China, but in our country too. While a 996 work culture is complex and controversial in modern labor dynamics, its ethical implications, including the exploitation of workers and violations of labor laws, must be debated. It is crucial for companies and workers, to understand that a balance between hard work and personal well-being, health and happiness cannot be traded for the so-called success. What work can exist if there is no health, and what success can follow? With that, friends, I leave it to you to ponder upon what Narayan Murthy said. Give it a thought and let's see if we agree in one of the debates the next time when I am with you. Thank you, Dhanyavad and Namaskar.